It's my car boot tribes. And I've got good vibes. Things are starting to get very strange around here, and I don't know why. Coming up.
You didn't take 10 for it, would you? How much would you do all those for? You didn't do the 3 any cheaper?
Well, it's that time again to take stock of exactly how many media items I have currently been amassing, and it would seem that my obsession for bargain hunting has started to leave me with a bit of a space problem. That reminds me, I simply have to play Pawn Paradise urgently, and I still have yet to experience the fantastical world of the Microsoft Kinect. Remember, if you are going to be collecting cheap games at car boot sales, you may wish to consider dedicated gaming shelves in order to display your classic games. If all else fails, maybe I could utilise this media for an amusing variation of Jenga, although I wouldn't fancy the Dark Knight falling on my head. That would be a total catastrophe. Coffee and concentration with a cheeky brush up on my Tetris skills. And I want to get serious with a worthy retro gaming bag for suitable game deployment. Mindset is everything for entering the conflict. But wait! I need a banana baffler. Select suitably firm banana, drizzle luxurious amount of honey. Add your favourite tipple of milk, strongly whiz. For a light additional lift, add coffee, stir strongly or whiz to make this a banana baffler brisk. Tribes. Coffee specialists. Believe in your dreams and dream big. There are often dedicated coffee specialists at car boots who will offer much more variety of your favourite bean and provide a more intense and pleasurable experience. Expect to pay more, but expect to enjoy more. And who can put a price on quality? Well, they can. Today I'm going booting with 2 of my friends, and we are going to attempt TBM, Triple Boot Madness. Let's do this. Our journey will cover over 70 miles.
What?
Well, the weather is questionable and my friends are a little bit worried, but I have told them everything is going to be okay.
50p each.
Yes,
I'll just take those 2 then.
And we're in with a couple of packs of top trumps. Back in my day, we used fairy liquid bottles and water for our gun fun.
How much are their magazines?
£1 these, how much? Any one of these £1.
£1.
50p each for the marble. Not marble and DC.
You wouldn't take 50p for that one, would you?
The gaffer speaks.
That's okay. I'll do that.
My friends have not made any purchases yet. My one friend was staring at a Dire Straits vinyl album for about 10 minutes, but he did not ask the price. Disappointing. Here we go. What about some classic children's videos? Oh my word. Not a chance. It's mouldy as anything. How on earth did these videos get into that kind of state? What about some Sooty? His favourite stories? No, not really my cup of tea. DVDs are cheap though. 6 for £1. Must remember my tower of media and be cautious. And what on earth is a Walter White lounger? Curious.
Have a look at it.
Is it worth?
90s, eh?
How much is it?
15. I've got me enough money. Just let that look.
You can take 10 for it, would you?
It's about 12. It's about 12, that is.
It's got a bit of a crack.
It's got 3 quid with the box, you see.
12.
I'll do 12. It's still good, mate. Check it on your phone first. Even with a crack, it makes no difference.
I did think it would be busier, but I have assured my friends that there are 2 more boots to go. I'm getting my exercise as we speak, thank you. And what do we have here? In-date alcohol at a car boot for £1 a pint. Well, it's far too early for that, and we must keep our mental energy up. And there is absolutely no time to waste. We must press on. We have a critical time schedule to keep. Who on earth buys a concrete mixer at a car boot? No time for bikes. Textbook planning equals textbook execution. And the day is brightening up perfectly for the second boot. More top trumps. The dog. No, I've no interest in those. What about these ones? Dinosaurs. I do like dinosaurs. I think I would prefer dinosaurs to dogs in the top trumps arena. Obviously not in real life, as I would imagine having a dinosaur for a pet could become considerably problematic. They're only £1 each.
You do 2 for 150?
Go on then.
Yeah.
More top trumps. Political top trumps. Wasn't really going to purchase these, but my friends laughed so hard I felt I simply had to. My friend said Eric Pickles reminded him of pickled eggs. Strange.
How much are these?
£2 each.
£2.
£3 for the 2 if you want it.
Far too much. Well, now this is really hotting up. Some sealed Blu-rays for only £1 each. My one friend considerably excited as he has got himself a 3D TV, so he is highly likely to purchase the Pitch Perfect 2 movie collection. He did not seem too bothered about the story or acting, but he assured me it would be a really good test of his 3D television. Well, things were hotting up before, but now we have truly reached DEFCON 1. Look at all these games. There's not just Super Nintendo, there's Super Famicom. And there's some Mega Drive, what else? Game Gear, Nintendo Entertainment System. I feel that this is going to take some time to look at all these lovely retro games. Some of the artwork on these are incredible. There is actually books that you can get which show all this lovely artwork. What's this? For the Nintendo Entertainment System, but known as the Famicom in Japan. Well, my friends are also highly interested in some of the games here, so I think it's time to... Oh, hang on, there's Chrono Trigger there. That's a very collectible game. But why has he got a number of copies of Chrono Trigger? But even retro games are becoming so valuable that there are people that will recreate them for you perfectly. We've got to get a bit of a pile going here. This is an absolute motherload. Oh, Micro Machines 2, but no, I've not got a Game Gear at present, and I have no interest in reacquainting myself with another battery draining handheld. Some of the games may be possible to play though, even though they're in Japanese, but I'm so tempted, even if it's just for some of the artwork of these boxes. And my friends are also very interested in owning a copy of Chrono Trigger. But as you may be able to see in the discoloration of the front and the back of some of these cartridges, this is often a good indicator that the cartridge has been put together separately. I'm amassing a bit of a mini tower here. I think this chap's games are fairly reasonable. He wants between £5 and £7 per cartridge. But remember your training. The more you can pile up, the better the potential discount.
You'd do a deal if I had a few of these, would you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
How much are they, Nintendo?
Can do all them for a £5 each.
How much would you do all these for?
Which one's mine?
All these.
So that comes to 55. You 45?
Need 40?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. You wouldn't do those for any cheaper? Like them for as well?
I could, the best could do the 12. It's £1 off each on every one. For a game from cardboard boxes, yeah.
Ooh, Sega Mega CD games.
You wouldn't do the 3 any cheaper?
I'll do 12.
12? Okay.
I ain't just. I ain't got the power for £1 each. I can't be out.
And what's this? Multiple copies of Sealed Namco Museum Volume 2 for the Switch. This has got us very, very excited at £3. Oh, and I know I promised to minimise my DVD purchases, but I cannot resist Thundercats. And is there any more? I used to love Thundercats as a small child, so this might be appropriate to go back to my childhood and watch a few of these episodes with a nice cup of tea.
You wouldn't do those 2 for £5, would you? Yeah.
Look out, I've found Count Duckula now. Best baked potato stall in the world. And I am desperate for yet another AUX cable. This time to hook up my projector to my speakers, so I can view Top Gun in high definition and high sound. Bargain at 50p a pack. Can't see anyone buying a load of rusty bolts and bits. Pippa Funnel's Ranch Rescue for £2. No. Stack of Xbox games. Electrical items will carry considerable risk as to whether they will actually work, but if items are from reputable regular dealers, they will often offer you a guarantee. But be careful. I do not need a humidifier. Absolutely cracking work. And boot 3 takes me to somewhere I have not been in over 3 years. And it is absolutely teeming. Ooh, nice red cloth. That's a very posh approach to a car boot table. Some Game Boy Advance games. They do not look the most exciting games I've ever seen, but they're only £2. And what else has he got? No, don't want any pink trainers, thank you. MotoGP. The ultimate. Oh, hang on, there's Donkey Kong Country Returns. Let's do a deal.
Could you do those any cheaper if I had the 3?
Oh, let me have a look, because they are quite cheap anyway.
I think it comes to £11.50. Gives a tenner. Tenner?
What's this? PS2 game Champions Return to Arms. But oh no, it's not that. It's got a demo disc inside it. Still might have it though if it's cheap. I could find the disc elsewhere.
How much is that? It's not got the right game in it.
Oh, 50p.
50p.
A game after a Black Mirror episode. Nosedive. Looks a bit too complicated for me. This is quite possibly the most random selection of objects you will ever see at a car boot sale. From power tools to clocks to broken bits, this stall has it all. Bins, prams, broken lawnmowers. Absolutely nothing is priced here, and the bloke is so far away you would have to shout to ask the price of anything. That is not the way things should be done. And what's this over here? Panda head and butane gas bottle. The perfect combination. A tray of terrible sun-bleached Game Boy Advance games that no one will buy, I'm quite certain of that. But what else have we here? A bit of a mix of PS2, DS, Xbox, 360. All pretty reasonable though. And my friends are having a good rummage to see if there's anything that they might like to enjoy. At least everything is priced here though. But most things are completely sun-bleached, so you know that these games have been here for several eternities. This box is a bit more interesting though. You have to put the effort in, but there is a few gems. What's this? Yep. I might take a punt on Boom Blocks for the Nintendo Wii. There's more than one copy as well. My friend is also eagerly anticipating buying Boom Blocks, which is a good thing because that means we will not get into an argument about who should own Boom Blocks. Some really good PlayStation games here. Variable prices.
And do that one for 3, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What's going on here? A pile of old PC games, still in the big boxes. My friend is also very interested in some of these strategy and war games. Can't see any prices on these. My friend wants the game Falcon here. He says it was a very good flight simulator back in his day.
How much would you do 7 of them for?
10 quid.
10 quid?
Yeah.
Okay. You won't do £2 for them, would you?
2, yeah, I was just about to say.
I thought I had seen it all at car boot sales, until now. What on earth is that? Godspeed. The Kurt Cobain graphic. Like the music, but I'm not going to bother with that. And I think we're done. Time to head to the food van.
Cheap chicken!
This chap must get exhausted by constantly shouting about cheap chicken. The food van will hear this perpetually throughout the day until they go invariably out of their mind.
Same again. Lovely. Chicken. Yeah. Have some more chicken. Lovely. Same again. Yeah, same again. Have a load. Have a load. Yeah, have a load more. Yeah. Same again.
I think I've only got enough left for a cheeky chicken burger and a coffee, because this place is one of the most expensive burger places I've ever seen at a car boot. But this has been quite a special day, and I have had a lot of laughs with my friends. But yes, this is literally all I've got left. £1.40. But these look a lot of fun, and I will be enjoying them later, and my friend was particularly pleased with his copy of Falcon. Well, look at this. This is really going back in time. 1990. Incredible stuff. What a fantastic day. Oh, that's not right, it's missed out all the rows. Well, what can I say that hasn't already been said? That was an absolute belter of a morning. My friend's anxieties soon eased as soon as the weather improved, and they built up their confidence to not just stare at vinyl albums, but to actually ask the price of things. Remember your training. If you don't ask, you do not know. But I witnessed them doing some spectacular negotiation work, and I think it is a much more enjoyable affair if you do have friends or family that wish to join you. It makes it a really nice time, and you can have the banter, and also it can be quite handy as they can carry additional items for you, and also you can use them for eye scanning. A trio of multiple eyes trained to lock on to the retro games that I enjoy can be most beneficial, and we certainly saw that this morning. Well, we are going to have a lot of fun with the items that we have purchased. It's been a very big adventure, and it has taken us pretty much all of the morning, and at last count we covered 78 miles, which my friend could not believe, so I actually had to show him my mileometer. He was very surprised, but he promises me that he will be taking up car booting in his own area, and my other friend was also very pleased. We managed to get 5 copies of Chrono Trigger, so we are all going to have a copy, and maybe a few more of our friends, just to share the experience. I know they are all in Japanese, but they were very reasonable, and some games do have a blend of English and Japanese. Chrono Trigger can be worth hundreds of pounds boxed, so we are not quite sure if it is the genuine article, but we have had a lot of fun having huge negotiations, huge laughs, and it has been a bit of a learning adventure. It's not often you see so many of these types of games on one stall, so it is making the most of it. My other friend might display some of these next to his Super Nintendo. This game is Super Robot Wars EX. I do like a good shoot 'em up, so this should surely be quite simple to get to grips with. This might be more tricky. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 4 Wall of Fire. Even got a little map. Curious. And this seems to be Parlor Pro 64 Pachinko Jiki Simulation. I've probably got that terribly wrong. And it's always worth picking up a cheap Retro Gamer magazine for 50p. You cannot go wrong. And yes, Alien Attack does work. I tested it at the stall itself. It is a shame about that crack though, but it is a bit of history, and it may look good in my game room. And the Top Trump adventure has certainly been an interesting adventure that I was not anticipating. I've started to learn a bit more about Top Trumps, so I will be enjoying those later in the garden. And a very unusual mix of games. Oh, I remember the old King of Chicago adventure game, and Operation Combat 2. Wonder if that's any good. I don't really have a currently working older PC system, but my friend assures me that he does, and he's going to get his out of the loft. It is often unfortunate that these games do degrade, so sometimes they are just kept for collectible purposes. I never had Club Nintendo magazines back in the 90s. I used to have things such as Mean Machines. They made me laugh lots. So this will be interesting to peruse these old magazines, and sometimes it's very useful to use some of the adverts for your gaming room and posters. Wow, look at that! F1 Race! I used to have that. I received that for a birthday present once and was very pleasantly surprised. Wonder what Jamie Reeves is up to these days. And these items are what my friends purchased, so I was very glad that they did come away with some products. Well, above all, it's been a lot of fun collecting 12 Top Trumps. Top Trumps first came out in 1978. My good friend urged me to pick up a number of Top Trumps, and I'm glad I did. I have been enjoying these in the garden. Sometimes the game does seem to go on a bit too long and never end, but as my other friend has told me, sometimes that happens with Monopoly 2. That has been the second season. Please keep this to yourselves. Please enjoy your car boot adventuring, and I may see you another time. Who knows? It continues to be a big world out there. There's many, many more things to explore. And what card could this be? Of course, it's Eric Pickles. I'm still baffled by these political Top Trumps. And remember, you cannot beat a round of laughs. Today has been fantastic. I laughed so hard I nearly had an unfortunate accident. Should I have a barbecue? No, because I didn't buy a load of chicken for a tenner. I made a fish pie instead. Perfect. Thank you for watching Car Boot Drive.